Hi, I'm Brandy Suchevich. I'm an elementary school music teacher, and today I have some beginner clarinet tips to share with you. We have 3 tips today. The first is the embouchure, which is how you hold your face when you play. Second are just some general ideas of how to start playing and have success. And the third tip is how to clean your clarinet out when you're finished. That's very important. For this segment, you will need a clarinet, a reed, and a cleaning cloth. So firstly, whenever you're playing, the embouchure, it's a special name for how you hold your mouth. And when you put the clarinet in your mouth, you never want to put your bottom teeth on the reed on the back because the reed is very thin and you could bite through it really easily. And if you push on it too hard, the sound is really hard to come out. So you always wrap your bottom lip over your teeth, and your top teeth go on the top of the mouthpiece. Also, you want to make sure that you don't bite down with your jaw because that also makes the sound harder to come out. And as tricky as it sounds, you have to try to pull your jaw down while you're playing. It's good to think of taking a hot towel and wiping it down your face and everything gets pulled down. So if you make your embouchure just the right way, it looks a little bit like this. If your chin is flat, then you're doing it right. If it's scrunched up, then it's not quite right. The second tip is how to play with a really good sound and make all of the tones come out correctly. The easiest way to start playing the clarinet is to use a really strong sound with lots of air and to not put any fingers down, because the more fingers you put down, the trickier it is. So the first note you would want to start with is called G. That way there are no fingers down. The only finger that's doing any work is your right thumb because it's holding up the clarinet by the thumb rest. You need to use a lot of air for that sound to come out. If it's really hard to blow, make sure that your reed is wet and that it's positioned correctly. After that, you want to put down one finger at a time, starting with your thumb. If the sound doesn't come out quite right, you want to try again, wiggle that finger around, and if it doesn't come out, don't go on. As you add more fingers, you should probably blow a little bit more air. The last tip is how to clean your clarinet. After practicing for a while, it gets really spitty inside, and if you don't clean the spit out, it tends to get moldy and kind of sticky inside of your clarinet. Especially on these pads that are on the bottom, whenever spit sticks to them, especially if you've eaten something lately, then it gets really sticky and your keys start to stick, which will have you have a wrong sound. So when you clean your clarinet out, you want to pull your mouthpiece off first, and then use a special clarinet cleaner. You can find these at any music store or in any music catalog. It has a rag on the end, and then the important part that makes it a clarinet cleaner is a string with a little weight in the bottom. You turn your clarinet upside down, feed the weight through the bell, and wait until it comes out the bottom. You want to make sure that the rag on top is not balled up or else it could get stuck inside. Then you pull the rag the whole way through and repeat several times. If the rag does happen to get stuck in the middle, you can always pull the upper and lower joints apart and pull the rag out from the middle. Then once you've done that, you want to do the same thing with the mouthpiece and also make sure you take apart each joint and clean within the inside because spit really likes to sit inside of those joints. After that, you take your clarinet apart and put it away in a safe, dry, cool place.